For all my life, they say I'm a failure, end up in jail, I ain't proven right. My mama, she told me before, son, you get I understood, but I ain't see the vision. A nigga kept going, and now I'm winning. Some people I put my trust in, try to fuck up my image. Oh no, you didn't. Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cause all this life we ain't put on with this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.
Yeah, I ain't playing with your ass. Nigga, I ain't playing with your ass. You chasing greatness. You got greatness talking to you. Become great.
When you're going after your dreams and you're trying to be successful in life, you're going to miss out on a lot of things, man. You're going to miss out time with your kids, your loved ones, the people that's close to you. But you got to make them sacrifices in order to get where you want to get at in life. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you're going to have to do. There's a lot of things you're going to have to let go. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to supersede you getting to a better place so you can look out for them people that you're going to miss some beautiful moments with. You got to get there, and by any means necessary, you got to go out there every day and go hustle. You got to stay up on it, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a lot of times you're going to have doubt in yourself. You're going to ask yourself, if I'm doing the right thing, you're going to know you're doing the right thing because you're going to keep going at it so you can get in a better place for you and for the people you love.
Yo, Rize Podcast family, what it is, what it do. How everybody doing tonight, man? Hoping y'all have a great day, man. Excuse me, D-Free, my guy. What's going on, chat? Hope everybody had a great day today, man. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. But I say, you know what? I'm gonna still go live. I ain't gonna do it to him again today because I be saying y'all be missing the show when we don't come on. So I'm here. Let's get the sponsors out of the way. 5-time champ, 3 different weight divisions, the hard-hitting, devastating puncher. Him. Javante Tank Davis, redesigning minds one mind at a time. You know, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Under Armour, thanks for all you do for the gym and the community. Shout out to EOE, education over everything. Shout out to Bad Girls Promotion, Olivia Polk, Coach Brandy, Coach Dre. Shout out to all the fighters, parents, volunteers, coaches at the gym, man, that make that gym go around, man. Working on some videos now, man. Y'all gonna see the upgrades we made to the gym. Big shout out to Box Raw, man. They did right. So, you know, I know y'all seen the big ring, a little glimpse of the big ring, but I'm gonna show y'all. I'm working on the videos now. I'm gonna show y'all that fire. So, shout out to Box Raw, man. I know we do them in the end, but this time we gotta show them big love because Box Raw came through, showed a lot of love. We was in there getting it ready, man. Them kids were so happy when they walked in the, you know what I mean, when they walked in the gym one day, man. Oh my gosh. That's a good feeling knowing I was a part of the process, man, just helping put everything together. I heard of, hey, baby, knowing I was part of the process, helping put everything together, man. That's stuff I like doing. Like, you know what I mean? Working on my hands and stuff like that. So, shout out to Box Raw, man. Man, make sure, man, rest in peace, Uncle John. Boy, man, shout out to the Boy family, man. Rest in peace, Miss Tanya Vandross Williams Jr., man. That's a tough one there. Both of them, man. Big supporters of the Rize Podcast, man. They showed us a lot of love, man. So I wish I could have made Miss Tanya funeral, man, but we found out the day of. So, you know what I mean? That was just by me Googling it. So I wish we could have made that. I know Squeeze would have made that trip. Make sure y'all go to Kenichi, man. Big shout out to KenichiBed.com, man. He been showing love to the Rize Podcast and the JBT Network, man. So big shout out to KenichiBed.com. Make sure y'all go use code TRP, get 15% off. Then when you leave there, go to noslipgallery.org, use code RISE10, get 10% off. Support young Demai, man. No slip, man. He coming up with some fire. He got fire. I need that. And then when y'all leave there, go to marykillerb.com, man. Check our website out, man. She got some great merch on there. And when you leave there, go to the risepodcast.com, man. You support us, man. Scale Scrapatory, man. Appreciate you, GoPro. Appreciate you in the Cash App, man. Just came through. Appreciate you. Y'all heard it. Last but not least, man. Once again, like I said, man, they just showed us big love. Shout out to Ben, Miss Chrissy, man, Box Raw. They did their thing with the gym up there, showing us some love. Appreciate it. Y'all can say it with me in the chat. 1, 2, 3. Box Raw. What's going on? What's going on? Ace, how you feeling? Cosmic Lando, what it do? G Peasy. Yeah, about that time, G Peasy. About that time. I know you probably got my face on a milk card, but yeah, I'm coming through. Probably I'm gonna try to come this weekend. Mr. Raina in the building. What's going on? Braxton McClendon, how you feeling? Million Films, you heard. Fresh Baker, what it do? Who got hands? Brooklyn, New York. What's going on? Lewis 4500, my God, what it do? D Free from DC, what it do, champ? How you feeling? Miss Tanya Johnson, what's going on? Kevin Littlejohn, what it do? Mr. Positive at all times, unheard of. Hey, baby. Marquis, what's going on? Brother Kareem Hassan, what's going on, man? You finished all that laundry you got to do today, man? Terrence Gaden, what's going on? New Era Boxing and Best TV, what's happening? GOAT 95, what's going on? Lisa Smith, Miss Lisa Smith, man, appreciate you and all you do for the podcast too, man. Miss Lisa, how you feeling today, man? Man, talk to me, man. Talk to me. How y'all feeling today? What's going on? What's new? You know what I mean? I ain't seen y'all in a couple of days. I've been letting Squeeze rock, just chilling in the background, man, doing my thing. You know what I mean? Letting Squeeze have all the shine, man. I just stay in the back pressing buttons, man. You know what I mean? Talk to me. Talk to me. Do Errol Spence need to tune up before Fundora? What y'all think? 323 quick. What's going on, champ? How you feeling? Should Errol have took a tune up before Fundora? And can Charlo pull us off, man? How you think he gonna look December 14th? He's supposed to be on the tank card too. So what y'all talk? Excuse me. What y'all think? What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts, man? Kamani Clark, what's going on? Kareem Hassan, shut up, chump. You keep trying to talk slick. You're a keyboard warrior or something. Shut up, chump. Go back to Washington Whites, man. Getting them white, man. Can Jamal Charlo pull it off? I mean, I want to see how he's looking in the ring too. My thoughts on Spence versus coming straight off that Bud loss, jumping right back in there with Fundora. Especially after seeing that Tszyu lost the $305. What's going on? I know Errol don't do tune-ups, you know what I mean, but I would have liked to see him in the tune-up just to get a gauge on where he at. Stretched out boxing, my God, what it do? Just to get a gauge on where he at, see how, you know what I mean? Till I say, hey baby, Big Ma, what it do? Just to see a gauge on where Spence at right now. That was a tough loss. Same thing for Tszyu. I think he should have. Michi, what's going on? I think he should have took one too. Coming straight back off that Fundora loss, and you see, you know what I mean, he had PTSD. He feeling his head, and ain't nothing wrong. You know what I mean? These fighters, man. These fighters endure a lot, man. Sometimes they got to be saved from themselves. We all know they got the heart of a warrior, you know what I mean? No matter what level they on, they all got the hearts of warriors, you know what I mean? And sometimes them warriors need to be taken care of. Miss Tanya Johnson, let him have at it. That just shows the impact that he plays on the sport. You know what I mean? every night somebody saying the same thing. That just lets you know the impact that he has on the sport. That, you know what I mean? People gonna talk about you, whether you up, down, left, you know what I mean, left, right, they're gonna keep doing it. So you just gotta let them, at this point, you just gotta let them talk, man. They be the same ones watching. Tune right on in. You know what I mean? Like Floyd said, man. Whether they here to see me win or they here to see me lose. As long as they here to see me, that's all that matters. Miss Lisa Smith said, I think Spence should take a tune-up, but his pride is not going to let him do it. Which to me, him letting his pride get in the way is his downfall, in my opinion. Yeah, that's why ain't nothing wrong with a tune-up. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? We know who you are. You ain't got to prove to us who you are. At this point, you know what I mean? Let's man, we gotta protect that. Just do, my God. What it do, champ? How you feeling today, man? Glad I got to come over there, check you out for a couple minutes, man. Seeing you doing your thing. Shout out to Just Do, man. If y'all ain't following Just Do Boxing, man, y'all want some real boxing talk? Y'all want a real dope build, man, because he coming with that fire each and every day, man. Sometimes he might give you 3, sometimes he might give you 4, sometimes he might run a marathon and give you 12, you know what I mean? But make sure y'all show Just Do some love, man. Hit that like, subscribe, share button over there on his channel, man. Show him some love. Miss Just Doing is in a building. Congratulations, Miss Just Do. I see you over there making big moves. Bronze, man, they there. They there. It's not who. They there. We just got to figure one out. I see Rize versus Catterall fight Saturday. I'm not excited all that for that. I think Catterall or Rize? Catterall or Rize? I don't know. I gotta look into that fight some more before I figure out which way I'm rolling. Because I'm not sure yet which way I'm rolling. Hold on, give me 1 second real quick. I gotta do something real quick. I'm back. My bad. My apologies. Good people. Hey, I'll take care of that in a minute. My apologies, good people. But Director Do from now on. Okay. Shout out to Miss Director Do. Can't play boxing. What's going on? No. I said hold on for a second. Can't play boxing. I had to step off the camera for a minute. That's all. Million Films say Regis will win. It's just Haney that made him look like that. I don't know. Shout out to Just Do getting the color started off in the chat, man. I appreciate you and Squeeze Dynamic Duo doing great work. Big shout out to the entire Rize family. Let's keep building. Nah, man. Shout out to you, Just. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, my guy. You know what you over there doing. Let me see what's really going on over here. Multitasking, my bad. Over here multitasking. I got y'all. Hold it. Wait for them niggas who thinking we hard. We don't play. We gonna ride to the wheels for love. Hey. Smoke weed every day. Hold on. Let me put this out real quick. My apologies, people. Send some stuff out. Here we go. There we go. Big Ray, what's going on, champ? Appreciate you, Just. Appreciate you. Just doing the 26. What's going on, champ? What y'all think about Jamal Charlo? Cause he training. It's a strong possibility he on a December 14th call. We waiting for the press conference announcement. It should be any day now. They made the announcement for the press conference. I've been checking on the website to see if they put it on the website yet, but I haven't seen anything yet on the website. So I haven't seen anything yet on the website. So just stay tuned. You know what I mean? Once I hear something, I'll be sure to let y'all know when it is. You know what I mean? I'm hearing is possibly one day next week. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That's just been rumors, you know what I mean, floating around in the air. So we gonna see. But I haven't got a confirmation on the press conference yet. Can't wait to get this thing. You know what, like Coach Calvin said, you know what I mean? When they in front of each other, you know it's real. You know what I mean? So, and everybody who making that trip to Houston, December 14th, man, can't wait to see y'all in the building. Can't wait to see y'all in the building, December 14th, man. Everybody who coming to Houston, man. I would love to see Charlo do his thing. You know what I mean? Just doing the 26. That's something I would love to see. Hopefully we can get it. You know what I mean? Get his mind back in the game. You know what I mean? And get a good scrap from him. And everybody that's coming through, like I said, man, can't wait to see y'all. Make sure, you know, I try to Heather E, what's going on? I try to make sure, you know what I mean. Whoever I see, you know what I mean, whoever hit me, I try to make myself available. You know what I mean? We on the road, the pop wherever y'all at, say what's up, you know what I mean, meet and greet, however we do it. So if y'all gonna be in Houston, man, let me know. As of right now, I believe I'll be there. You know what I mean? I got a lot of stuff going on. Musa, my God, what's going on? So we gonna see on that note. But back to the people in the chat, man. Back to the main question, man. Does Errol Spence need a tune-up before Fundora? Do you think he should have took a tune-up? Should he have broken his own rule? And you know what I mean? A little tune-up ain't gonna hurt nobody, man. I was hoping it was gonna be in DC too, just doing the 26. That would have been perfect. I was hoping for DC too. Let me see if I can pull a squeeze off, man. Let me see if I can make this happen, man. Shout out to the guy, man. Like the voice of this shit, you know what I mean? The hero, you know what I mean? When you want a dope build, when you want somebody to get they just due, you know what I mean? The man, the myth, the legend is in the building. Just do. What's up, champ? How you feeling?
Good with it, bro. What's
Man,
good with
you? Cooling. Just talking a little boxing, man. That's all. Just talking a little boxing.
I'm with you. We're gonna build for a little bit tonight.
Let's get it.
With my boy. What's good with it?
Man, what you think, man? What you think on the Errol Spence tip? On Errol Spence Fundora. Should he ever took in a tune-up?
Yeah. But like the Queen mentioned in the chat, pride won't let him do it. And that's the tough part. Like if I was advising him, I would definitely suggest that he take a tune-up. You know, I think he owed it to himself. He put too much work in, but at the same time, I just think that's who he is, man. Mr. No tune-up. And he said it before. He just don't want to fight that got like a predetermined outcome. He said it's like a waste of time for the fans. And in his mind, said he only need about 8 weeks full training camp. He said if you need more than that to get ready, then something wrong. So
but I'm just we looking at we just saw Tszyu. And the first thing his dad said was Costa said, you know what I mean? I didn't want him to take this fight.
Because that's real. Like right there. I think his team, although it's a fight that we all respect, and you respect any guy that's not ducking smoke, that's willing to run right back into the fire. But again, it's about being smart. You build yourself up to a point. Like that fight was unnecessary. That last fight, they let you go 10 rounds with a hole in your damn head. That was
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary. Should have took the no contest and lived to fight another day. But because of the tough guy that Tszyu is, y'all wanted to rely on that. And look, y'all got an unfavorable outcome. Then you turn around. You was about to put him in the ring with Virgil Ortiz, another puncher, off that situation. Now you should have took, the fact that y'all had to pull out due to the cut not healing in time.
Mm-hmm.
You needed extra time. That should have told you something. You know what? Maybe we should take a lighter touch, not cherry pick, but you take a lighter touch to test that cut to see how you're gonna respond when you start getting hit again. And reason I say that because you see in the fight when he butted heads early in the fight, what did he do?
You
First thing he
saying
did,
yeah,
start
PTSD.
looking like, and then
Yeah.
he wanted to touch gloves, and he was just like it looked threw him off. So they kind of failed him there. He did need a tune up. And against Spence, you had a terrible loss. You took that beating for about 8 rounds or so? Eight,
Mm-hmm.
9 rounds, you was getting hammered. Like you know what I'm saying? Then you all this time off. Now you moving up a weight class and you jumping right back in there with a dog. It's not smart. It's not smart. It's brave and we respect it. But where is
Even
it gonna get you?
even though a tune up, you know what I mean, look at it like a cherry pick or a predetermined outcome, but sometimes we need to know where the fighter is gonna be at. You know what I mean? When them
Exactly.
lights turn on, you know what I mean? It's not all just about getting an easy
Mm-hmm.
win. It's about seeing where you
Mm-hmm.
are now. You know what I mean? Especially coming off a loss
Right.
like that for both Tszyu
Right.
and Spence. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like let's find out where you at exactly. We ain't gotta.
Yeah.
You already proved to us who you are. You know, we know
Right.
you a live dog. You know what I mean? You don't got to prove
Right.
nothing to us, Spence, but let's make sure that your body still responds the same. Let's make sure
Yeah.
everything is still moving like it's supposed to move, and then we can go into a
Right.
big fight. We don't have to come straight out running. We can crawl a
Yeah.
little
You,
bit. You know what I mean? Take
yeah.
baby
You
steps.
ain't no spring chicken no more, bro. You ain't this the young 20-something-year-old that you used to be. Like you hitting the mid 30s now. You know what I mean? Another layoff later, another weight class up, another tough opponent, another tough training camp. You almost putting yourself in a situation where it starts to be an uphill battle. It's already won. And by you not electing to, take just a shake back fight, which I still respect, it's just dangerous, especially at this stage. So it's just all or nothing with Spence. I respect the hell out of it, but damn, I hope I hope he really returned to form, bro, because this could really be the difference between us not seeing him no more. This could be his last fight if it don't look right.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, was if he don't get the if it don't go his way, the first thing you're gonna say is, oh man, he should have took a tune up, or he should, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
always the shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I mean? So you're gonna deal with that
Hmm.
regardless. So let's just, you know what I mean, be smart.
Right.
Because at the
Right.
same time, if you might take this tune up, and we might find out in that tune up that it's time just to say, you know what, it's time to go a different
Exactly.
direction. Body ain't the same.
Exactly. Exactly. And even not to say that you to tune up, but say if you don't look how you supposed to look, at least you ain't in there with a killer where now you're getting wrecked again. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's a fine line. There's really no in between. It's all or nothing right now with him, and I respect the hell out of it. I can't stress that enough. But I just don't recommend it at the age that he at. I really want to see him put himself in the best position to win. And I don't think after that long of a layoff, like think about it, Crawford already fought. Since then, moved up. Talks about him getting another fight, and we still debating about when you coming back, if you coming back, who your trainer is, all this stuff. So it's a lot. He got a lot to overcome. He really do.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, if he do retire, if he lose and he do retire, that's fine too. He showed us greatness at a
Right,
high level. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Unfortunately, he had some unfortunate circumstances. You know what I mean? The
right.
car accident. You know what I mean? A bug fight. But at the same time, like, you know what I mean? It's also a message to young fighters: take care of your body. You know what I mean? When you're in this sport,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Take care of your body. You know what I mean? Drinking and all that's cool, but you know what I mean. When you in a sport where you depend on your body, everything you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. You know what I mean? So you gotta be mindful of everything. So it's also a learning a learning lesson for the younger boxers, the younger generation coming up. You know what I mean? Everybody want to party, everybody want to be seen, but nah. One thing I respect from Floyd Mayweather, man, after the Mario Barrios fight, after all the interviews, when they turned the lights down, 3 o'clock in the morning, Floyd Mayweather was outside running in the middle of Atlanta. You know what I mean? And so, like when you got yourself trained and disciplined like that, that's when you know you living and breathing and shit. You know what I mean? 24/7, 365.
Yeah, 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 man. And that's another element too. Even Errol Spence been honest about. He said it ain't like he exactly lived the fighter's lifestyle. So with that, that's another battle in and of itself. You know what I mean? It's just at a certain point you only could do so much. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about accidents and all types of stuff. Yeah, you owe it to yourself to get a shake back fight. But if you, I think he's to the point where he's cool with whatever the result gonna be. And me as a fight fan, even though it'd be tough to see him lose if that does happen, part of me is cool with it because he cool with it. You know what I'm saying? He can make peace with it. I'm like, all right, I know what to expect. It is what it is. Like you don't look how you're supposed to look. I think he cool with just
Let
leaving
me
it
ask you
be.
this question. Let me ask you this question. What's his motivation? Like, what's his motivation right now for
That's a good
Fundora?
question too.
You know what I
That's
mean?
a good question too.
Them silk sheets very comfortable. You know what I mean? When you look at fighters coming back, I think of the guy that had the motherfucking the white boy that had the motherfucking horse collar around his neck. You know what I'm talking about? Came back and won the champ, like Paz or some shit like that. Vinny Paz.
Pazienza,
That's the one that had
Pazienza,
broken neck. He
that
had
had the bad injury. Yeah, Vinny
yeah,
Pazienza.
the halo and all
I
on the
think
shoulder. You know
is
what I
the
mean?
dude
Like,
talking about Vinny Paz. Man, that's
yeah,
him.
that's what I
Hmm.
thought. Yeah, he won. His motivation was I'm coming back and I'm gonna do this shit again. You know what I mean? He was
Hmm.
supposed to give that shit up. You know what I mean? But he
Right,
came back determined and ended up winning another belt. This some shit that the
right,
doctor said he would never be able to do. You know what I mean? So my
right.
question is, Spence, what is your motivation right now?
And that's a great question because just seeing the brief posts that he do put online, it looked like he truly enjoying his family, as all of us would. You know what I'm saying? He like he enjoying being a dad, and they good. Like they're good. So that same motivation ain't there the way it's saying once was, right? Like the hunger, I'm saying, like how
There you
much
go.
of it
Yeah.
still remains. Like, do you still want to do this? What is your motivation? Is it more legacy? Like, is it chasing legacy, or is it just you not wanting to go out how you went out? Like, what is it? What's the real reason for you continuing to do it? Because you could walk away now and nobody could say nothing about it. Like, I don't give a damn what you say. Like,
You
and
went
that's
from
only if you ain't good. You know what I'm saying? If you're not healthy, but I feel like the only way we gonna find that out is if he fight. And we gonna get our answers whenever he do get back in the ring.
yep. I don't want to see Jordan go to the Wizards. I want to see
Yeah,
him retire as a Bull. You know what I mean? As a Chicago Bull, I don't want to see him go to the Wizards. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see. I don't want. I'm traumatized enough from watching the Spence Bud fight. You know what I mean? I
right.
don't want to relive that again. You know what I mean? Not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I don't want to relive that again. I want to remember Spence as the dog that we remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
And you know
sure.
what I mean? And Fundora, for him to be that tall and long, he like his fight on the inside. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you know what I mean? You see what he did to Hammer Time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, man. I wouldn't want to see, you know what I mean? Then you
yeah.
got you got a lot of these fighters talking about the politics of boxing, you know what I mean? All that shit frustrating
Hmm.
them. You got the fans, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And the podcast saying this and saying that. Like a lot of shit is going on in boxing in general, not just with Spence, but in general, to where though these fighters not stepping up to the level where as though they used to step up to the level. You know what I mean? They didn't made it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
hunger
yeah,
is not the same.
yeah. No, that's real. I mean, because you gotta have a reason for getting in there. Like, who the hell want to get punched if you ain't got to? Man, that's
Mm-hmm.
what you start. Those are the questions you start to ask yourself. And man, that's a great question. Like, I would love to know that. So he need the interview. Like, I wish this dude spoke more, a little more vocal. Like, and you ain't got to spill everything, but I just be wanting to hear from the fighter. Like, what is your motivation still?
Yeah.
Because I think that would answer a lot. Like, I would love to know how he would answer that question. I really would. That is a great question. I would really want to know that because that would tell me a lot. How he answered that question, because he a pretty honest dude. How he answered that question, it tell me a lot. You would have to. I mean, would you like? You know what I mean? What is it like?
Oh shit, we gonna have a
Obviously,
party. I didn't think it
yeah,
was
you
gonna be.
can never have too much money, but so I don't know, bro. My guy.
What's going on? Shout out to Aunt McQueen in the building, man. I guess we're gonna have a party, man.
The professor.
Man, listen, I be trying to get that Errol Spence interview. You know what I mean? I be trying. The first time I met him in New York, I asked him like, "Man, what's up?" I'm like, I already seen in his face. I was like, "What's up? Can I get an interview?" He was like, "Man, I ain't not right now." You see what I'm saying? He had the kids and his wife there. He was in the hotel lobby.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They was eating or whatever. He's like, "Man, let's take a picture." You know what I mean? We try again later. I tried to get him in Vegas. You know what I mean? But he was on 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 the interview tour that he had to do for the, you know what I mean? He gave us a little bit, but I would love to be able to sit down with fighters and really get, you know what I mean, get down to the nitty-gritty. And that's one question I would ask Errol, like, what's your motivation right now? Cause I think we all would
Yeah,
have a clear understanding and answer, like, you know what I mean, where's he at?
I would love to hear that answer from him, bro. Like, because we could just only, guess or speculate. I mean, legacy possibly. Like, do you still want to do it? Because I know, for example, right? Danny Garcia said the reason why he's still doing it because he loved it. So is that still like? Do you still have a love for the game? Like, he posts those little cryptic tweets. You seen him post something like second win. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You got your second win. Like, I swear I would ask him that. Like, what is your motivation? And do you got your second win? What was that about? Was that just, you just typing, how Spence says the fighters these days with them little cryptic tweets, less is more type deal. So, you know what I mean? This dude posted Omar comment, oh, with 54 to 60. Like, come on, bro. Them and Tank, bro, they mastered the art of less is more. They get
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
know how to do it. They know how to do it. So I would definitely would ask him. Definitely. Because if you ain't got to get punched, I mean, do you really want to? You know what I'm saying? Money
Mhm.
could always be some type of motivation. You can never have too much to a degree, right? But like you said, you've been comfortable. Like I was mentioning, I've seen him enjoying his family as he should. Like the longer you stay away, like what's the chance? The likelihood of you really wanting it, being really hungry, like that fire being lit, and what is the true motivation, right? What is
Mhm.
it?
I mean, you can have that, you can have a candle lit fire, or you can have that motherfucking stove on full blast, you know what I mean? Where you got
Right,
the big church pot, you know what I mean, with a pot of greens in it. So it's
right,
like it's different, like
right.
to the extent of the fire, man. So like that's
Right.
just something, like I'm really curious to, like, what's your motivation?
Mhm,
What's going on,
mhm,
at?
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm
mhm,
here.
mhm.
We talking about Errol Spence. Should he have took a tune-up before Fundora? That's the question at hand right now. What's your thoughts?
He don't take no damn tune-ups, man. We know that.
But
Right.
but at the same, okay, we get it. He doesn't take tune-ups, but at the same time, we just seen what happened with Tszyu coming off a devastating loss from Fundora. You know what I mean? Would you? And his own dad said I didn't want him to take that fight. You know what I mean? I think Tszyu should have took a tune-up fight. You seen him? He went as soon as they bumped heads, he went right back to Fundora fight. He tapping his head, thinking it's bleeding. Ain't shit there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, but what if he would have got Murtazeli at first?
Mhm.
And he would have heard him, and then he would have went in for the kill, and he would have got him up out of there. He'd be the IBF champ right now. Sometimes you just got to take chances, man.
If my aunt had she'd be my uncle. I'm just saying, you know, that's that man was a little too much for Tszyu.
That wasn't
Yeah,
the prevailing sentiment prior to the fight, though. We
yeah,
That
saying that
man,
in retrospect.
yeah.
but you know what I mean. But at the same time, like normally the matchmakers don't get it that wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he was fighting for a title because I'm assuming that the play was going to be put him in there with one of them unification fights
Yeah,
next.
But
right.
now,
Especially with him being on the same side of the street as Errol and Fundora.
but now look where he
Right.
at. Out the door.
Yeah, but what would have happened if you would have put him in there with a tune-up? Who would have been, you know, a bad pick by the matchmakers, and you mess around, you get your ass whooped by somebody that you wasn't supposed to lose to. At the very least, now you be like, hey, at least this guy was the champ.
No, but now we know, like, it's time. It's that time. Like, it's time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather know then than, you know what I mean? We need to know.
It's funny because I came across a tweet on Twitter. I was talking about it earlier from Rick Glazer. And he said if he was advising Tszyu, said he would tell him to retire. Said it's about that time. His motor skills and punch resistance is gone. I was like, wow, after just one fight like that. I get the Fundora fight, but he was in that fight the whole way. Bloody is hell, but he was in that fight every step of the way. But this was one sided, but it didn't get deep into the fight. It was only 3 rounds. It wasn't like Errol Spence who went, but like I said, 8 9 rounds and was really getting shellacked. He got it put to him. He got belt to ass put on him in them 3 rounds, but I don't think I can't say if his motor skills are all gone and his punch resistance. He was in there with a real puncher. He was getting clipped with real shots. I don't understand. I think this is a poor assessment. God, that dude really could punch, two-handed fighter. He was getting hit with flush shots. Tszyu don't like to move his head off the line. All he knows is forward. So when he was hurt, only thing he knew was to just keep going. Didn't like the whole. It's funny because at the very, very end, as they was throwing a towel and he attempted to hold, I was like, "What the hell, dude? Like, what the hell? What are you allergic to hold? Like, that don't make you soft. What is up with this clinch? You was on. And you talk about inline skates, man. He had noodles, linguine, spaghetti. His legs was everything.
Al
Everything but good,
dente.
bro. Yeah, you feel me? God damn, I was like, grab him and hold him for real. I be joking, but for real, grab his ass, dude. You were everywhere. So I just thought he was done after the second round. I really did, man. I thought he was done.
I think he told him, you gotta show me something. I think he told him, like, you gotta show me something while I'm throwing a towel, and if I'm not mistaken.
The ref said something to him, but I wouldn't even let him go that far. Remember at the end of I think it was the second, he had just like this lean with him when it was checking him out. I was like he got saved by the bell. I ain't like it. I was like he looked, and then during the interviews with his head slumped down, like it just body language bad. He had to be concussed that night. Had to be.
He didn't even know what happened. He said, "What I got hit with?" You know what I mean?
Furthermore, they kept asking him questions, and he kept saying, "I don't recall. I really don't recall." He was being honest. He was like, "I don't remember." Like I'm just like, "Wow, man, that's not good, man. Not good." And the reason why I would have suggested a lighter touch because at the end of the day, after taking this loss, that's what you're gonna have to do anyway. Now it's almost for certain, and I just don't think it was a bad thing to do just because of the fight that you had. Like I would have rather test that that cut that healed against somebody else, not that dude, not that damn wrecking ball that they fought. I respect it though. I'm not knocking it because you roll the dice, you come up short here and make a single excuse. Say lost to the better man, simple and plain, but it's just tough, man. I ain't want to see Tim go out like
that. Yeah, but that's what we're seeing. You know what I mean? When they fighting one fight past, you know what I mean, the expiration date.
Right. And they probably didn't assume that dude was going to be much tougher than Virgil Ortiz, who they were slated to fight originally. They probably were thinking, hey, we're going to come in here. This guy's not as fast. He's not as explosive. He's not as yada, yada, yada.
That was a title defense, though, right?
Yeah, for Murtazali, if it was.
Yeah, you know, sometimes so he was already a champion defending his strap.
He had won a vacant, though. So now at least we know that the guy's not a paper champion. Because we've seen that happen before, guys. They win a vacant belt, then they go defend it, then they get their belt took damn near immediately. So
yeah, Yeah, it's crazy. They really was gonna throw him in there with Virgil. Like he was down to fight a tough fight regardless. Like I love that about Tszyu. Gotta give him respect for it. Shit, man. Gotta be calculated too, though. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
it's worth the chance though, so I understand and I ain't mad at it at all. And it's easier to have my point of view after seeing how it played out. Because like Ann said, he could have got to him first. He could have, you know what I mean? Then the one stopping him. Because truth be told, that was a true 50-50 fight to me on paper. And it was that type of fight when you got two trains on the same track. It's either you or me mentality. They both do. So it's either you or me because I ain't going nowhere else. I'm going straight at you. And if I can get to you, I'm gonna get to you. Dude had the faster hands. He was putting his punches together better. And when he did get hit, he took it better. You know what I'm saying? But he was hitting Tszyu flush, clean shots. And that was coming off a 12-round war, pretty much with Fundora with a damn hole in your head. That I think, in my opinion, as soon as he clashed heads, I thought that kind of slightly altered his energy, just a bit. And I think that created enough more openings, and he was feasting in there. Moses Aliyah. It was just like an all night buffet, all you could eat. And Tszyu chin was on the platter, tearing him up, man.
Yeah, I felt like that clash of heads was the turning point for sure. It seemed like Tim, he got a little bit frantic in there, man.
Yep.
Like he just got frantic and just went straight forward because I felt like the first round, his defense was pretty solid. Like he was pretty measured in there, but then after that, he just started going for him. When he was getting clipped, it wasn't like his defense was just bad. It was his offense that was actually letting him down. You throwing one shot and you dropping the other, the opposite hand, and Murtazalia was just timing him. But it's like he could not miss with that left hook. He could not miss with that left hook, bro.
He was
Crazy.
predictable. His timing looked off as well because he usually is a good timing. He didn't even have that going for him. He was just getting beaten every facet of the game. I was like, wow, man, this wild. You can't counter punch better than you can't do nothing. Like he just shut him down. And I think he's shell shocked him. I don't think he anticipated that guy being that good that early and getting to him that quick. I just don't think
And he
he
usually
could have
got a
prepared for
nice little control game too. That's the other thing that was just
that.
noticeably missing. He usually got a
Yes.
nice control game. I usually like his guard manipulation. Like he'll peel the guard down, put a shot behind it. And I think that typically saves him when he's in those type of exchanges because he's controlling the other guy. This time he was just winging shots. Like
That's what
you
I'm
said,
saying.
man, that clash of heads, he
Yeah.
just seemed, I think Senior alluded to it, kind of like, not again. Like it was like some PTSD. I just got to just go for it right now.
Yeah, right. Panic move, and it just wasn't working, and then it stayed not working. And then by then, the plan already hatched, and you unable to go to plan B because you done kind of panicked after that little butt of the heads. You had like a light little abrasion or something on the head. Who the hell told you to be running around with a damn buzz cut? You ain't in an army. Bogus ass cut anyway, bro. He definitely sit in a chair and just get his hair cut. I don't hit no shape, no nothing. That's nasty work anyway. Let your hair grow a little bit. You out here butting heads and nah, bro. He panicked. I know I seen the energy shit. It shifted just enough, and he was a little. He was overthinking to me just enough. He wasn't just hitting. His offense wasn't flowing at all. Like he was all right. And then after getting clipped, it just was like now I'm fighting off instinct. All right, now I got to get it back. I got to get it back right now. And I remember the announcer saying it. He started
That's it
getting his
right there,
ass
bro.
handed to him.
That's it
Yeah.
right there, Just. When he got dropped, I'm like, no, no, no. Get yourself together. He got dropped and hopped right back up.
I was
Like,
like, what the
nah.
hell,
You
dude?
got to do. We seen what's his name get dropped against Nori. Remember people saying like, oh yeah, he got dropped. But what did NUA do? He took that
Right.
knee. He stayed down until he hurt 8. Then he got up. Tszyu got dropped. He popped right back. Like, no, take your time, man. Take your time. Let them cobwebs clear out.
Was
Get right back
was
to
that
it.
Tim first time getting dropped?
No, he's been dropped in 2 other fights before that I know off the top of my head. He got dropped by Terrell Gachet, straight right hand, and he got dropped by a straight left hand by this dude named Wade Ryan early in his career.
Did he?
Tall southpaw dude. Yeah, Wade Ryan dropped him.
I always thought Terrell Garcia was the first time. Oh, okay.
No, that's the second time.
I missed that one. For sure. I don't even remember seeing that fight.
I was gonna allude to, like, you know what I mean, a lot of fighters know how to fight, but they not taught, they haven't been taught how to get up. You know what I mean? Once they get knocked down, you see what I'm saying? A lot of fighters haven't been taught, like, you know what I mean? Don't just jump back up. Get yourself, take a deep breath, get your legs back under you. At least wait till 6, get back up before 8, because sometimes they get you with a fast count. We seen that in a fight. I was trying to remember which one where the fighter got up at like 9, but they counted them out. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we talked about it on the
It might have been Giovanni Cabrera.
Zepeda.
It might have been
thought it was Zepeda and Cabrera, right?
Yeah.
Cabrera
got up right at 9, and then they waved him off. But I thought it was smart by Cabrera. Take your time and get yourself together.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I think in the midst of that, like, you know what I mean, the fighters haven't been taught that, you know what I mean? That's not something that everybody would plan for, but you know what I mean, they need that experience, like what to do, because jumping back up real fast like he did, that's also detrimental to your recovery in the fight.
Right. Then you're going right back in a straight line because you only know one way. You get what I'm saying? And you trying to get it back because you so damn prideful. You like, oh shit, he just got me. Then Tszyu was like, damn, looking like, damn, did this dude just get, yes, this shit is happening right now and he on your ass, bro. Telling you. And I just thought that was just very dangerous. Like, he was very composed, Mortez Ali was, and whatever you threw, he responded very well. He had answers, the right answers. He was thinking clearly with his violence. You was fighting off instinct and just trying too hard to get it back. All in, it just wasn't going to work like that. You supposed to take a more patient approach, especially after he put you in check that early. That was supposed to be your wake up call. Hey man, I gotta try to work my way into this. I can't just come here and try to mow him down. He's not going for that. Gotta try to have a plan B. I just don't. I've never seen him have to go to one, and that time that he needed it, he was unable to do it. Plan A was it. Let me just go forward and try to knock this dude out before he get me. That's how I say that's how they fight. It's either you or me in there.
He said,
you get me, I'm gonna get you.
Mozala was on Soviet Union snack.
Nah, don't put that on that man. Don't put that on that man.
Soviet Union
snack. Put that on him, man.
Shout out to Big Supreme.
But I mean that's also, you know what I mean, that's also a lesson in boxing, you know what I mean, like that needs to be, it gets overlooked sometimes because you so used to see a fighter coming out victorious, you know what I mean, you forget to train for that part.
Right. That's why a lot of times when I hear fighters say I'm prepared for whatever, I always look at them extra second or two just to see, if I see it, you just saying that because fighters say that, or are you really prepared? I always watch the fight to really see if you put in a situation, are you really prepared, or did you just say that? Because they'll say it quick, I'm prepared for whatever you bring, and your ass get put in a situation, you get a headbutt after suffering a damn hole in your head, a slice or whatever you want to call it against Fundora. I don't blame you for thinking like, damn, like, oh man. So now, like, your approach to me was just slightly bit more tentative, and that's not Tszyu, and you couldn't afford that. And on top of that, I think dude was he was on your helmet, and he just had the faster hands too. And like I said, he was putting the punches together. I think he had longer arms too. No, he got the longer reach too. He had some stuff working for him, man. And Tszyu he made him look very insignificant in that ring. Very. Even when he was landing it.
I was talking to one of the pro boxers, right? And he was like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. He's like, a lot of these boxers say that they bought their life, you know what I mean? But 90% of them are great boxers. Only 10% of them are great fighters. You know what I mean? He was like, they talk that tough ass shit, but I can slap the shit out of a couple of these boxers, you know what I mean? And they gonna look the other way, you know what I mean? And like, this is coming from a professional boxer. And he's a live dog, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna put his name out there because of the conversation we had, but he was like, man, listen, most of these niggas is bitches. You know what I mean? Like they good boxers. They not fighters. So you know what I mean? You got to take all that into accountability.
Yeah. And that's that. Sometimes it can hurt you just being too much of a fighter. You gotta have moments where you know how to switch that up. Maybe you need to resort to boxing, moving a little bit to clear some cobwebs. And if the only direction you know is forward and right back into the fire that just burned you, man, that could be a short night. And Tszyu learned that. Like everybody ain't there to be mowed down. Some people really firing back too. Like, and I don't think it was just that, but I don't down him too much about the performance at all because up until this point it pretty much was working. Outside of the Fundora fight, which is some bit of an asterisk next to that to me because I think that fight should have been stopped. The minute that hole was in his head and it was bleeding from his vein, knew he wasn't gonna be able to stop that bleed. Should have stopped it, but I don't know, man. I don't know where he go from there.
Even in that fight, his cut man was questionable. He said he ain't had the right shit. He wasn't prepared for a cut of that magnitude.
That's crazy. See, that's why I say, are you really prepared for everything?
That's what I was thinking about, like, because like, how the fuck is your cut man not prepared for everything? Out of everybody, the cut man gotta be prepared because if anything go wrong with though, you know what I mean, he got to be ready to get this shit back together so I can get in the ring. And as we see, he couldn't stop that fucking bleeding,
and not even really to his own fault. But I think they should identify where that cut was at and realize that it was going to really pretty much bleed the entire night because of where it was at. And that's why, although I can understand in live time and live action, you want to give your fighter, you want to, give him every opportunity to go out there and win. But in that situation, that's not on him. You got a damn katana blade, sliced into his damn head. He's long, skinny elbow having ass dude. Like, bro, cut your losses, man. Yeah, take that no contest and live to fight another day. No need to take 10 rounds of punishment and lose 20 ounces of blood. I don't know, man. You losing liters, 15 liters of blood in the ring. Like, hey, bro, what?
So you want to pull a Ben Whitaker?
Get him up out of there. Save your fighter. And again, he the warrior. He gonna fight.
It would have been a no contest.
Yeah. Right.
About a fourth. It would have been a no contest. Just
save him. Save your fighter. Save your fighter. And maybe a new experience for them, and that's why they reacted the way they did. That's never happened. So, but then it's like now you followed that up by trying to put him right back in there with dogs and punchers. Like, I don't know if they was thinking about that. Like, I think you think about your fighter, man. He a dog, but damn, like he ain't Superman.
That could happen in like the second, Michael Garner. It was early. If they would have stopped it by the fourth, they would have been within their rights to stop it by the fourth, and it would have been a no contest. But once they went past the fourth, now it goes to the cards. But it would have been a no contest if they would have stopped it before the fourth or by the fourth. And they dropped the ball, man, to keep it real. They just dropped the ball. And like Senior said, they alluded to this several times during the broadcast. They didn't have the right coagulants or whatever you need to fix the cut up. They didn't have none of that available. So it's like, how the hell your cut man got the right mixture of medicines? It's just that's just pour around the board. Y'all ain't got the right shit on deck, and you let the fight go on too long. You could have stopped it at the fourth. He would have had a no contest, and he'd still be the champion right now.
I remember when Kevin Cunningham, I think he was fighting a Japanese kid or Asian kid. His name was Spider or something. He caught that real bad cut, and that's when I found out Coach Kenny was a cut man. You know what I mean? I thought Coach Kenny just was. I didn't know like he had the cut man experience, and Coach Kenny got that motherfucking bleeding to stop. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was working a corner, but I know he ended up stop getting that motherfucking blood stopped. So like, just seeing him prepared for whatever, you know what I mean? That wasn't even on him. And you tell me this is the guy that you're paying to be in your corner, and he's on national saying I don't have what I need. That's come on, man. That's bad, man. If I don't got what I need, I'm not even trying. Come on, let's get out of here. You know what I mean? We can make this work for us in our favor. Because
that's another thing.
With the location of the cut. That's the most important thing. The location. That's a main vein right there.
Right. on this vein. You wasn't gonna really be able to stop the bleeding with that physical punishment. You constantly getting punched in that spot over and over. Like, and you knew you didn't have the right stuff. Tell me one reason again why you should have continued to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. That was your out. That was your opportunity. That don't have nothing to do with being soft. That's being smart. You wasn't prepared. You get what I'm saying? You ignored your lack of preparation. You said, I got 10-2. He gonna get through it. Like, nah, bro. No. You was doomed. You ain't had the right shit. So now you gotta bleed for 10 more rounds.
Like,
Come on, man.
good
This
point.
man losing pints and liters of blood and he cool.
Good
In
point,
addition
Terry
to that,
Lord.
you know
Like,
what else he
pride.
lost to? You know what else he lost to, Jess? He lost some damn confidence. Because we saw
Mm-hmm.
the moment there was that clash of heads, he was already thinking, not again.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna be thinking that every time he get into a fight now, every time there's contact,
Trying to be careful.
contact? Yeah. Now he
What's
can't beat
careful
Tszyu.
about Tszyu style? He coming to hurt you. And if he got to be tentative and extra careful while he doing it, that's not him. That takes a big element away from his game that he need to be Tszyu. You get what I'm saying? So that's tough, man. Man, they failed him a little bit. Respect to his team for getting him the fights and putting them. I get it, matching him tough, but y'all failed him 2 fights in a row. No disrespect. Y'all did.
But then, like in defense of that team, we got to also look at what Bob Erm just came out and did on the Jared Anderson Bakole fight. You know what I mean? He said,
Mm,
"Listen, I told him this ain't a good
mm,
fight for you." You know what I mean? And what he
mm,
wanted to do, he seen Turkey gave him the money. You know what I mean? He couldn't resist the offer. He took it, and then look at him at the same time. Like his team told him no. But
right.
he seen that dollar sign. You know what I mean? He went forward, and you know what I mean. He I got my own thoughts about Jared Anderson. I think he 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I don't think he always in it. You know what I mean? He got a nice bag, and you know what I mean. I don't think his heart is always in it. Like you know what I mean. Like I would like to see a boxer, but you know what I mean. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But you gotta look at it. His Bob said I told him no, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean. He still took the fight, and he got the outcome. You know what I mean? That Bob told him was going to happen.
But you know what? That might speak. Like I don't think you take a fight like that if you ain't in. 'Cause that's not like think about it. And you got your promoter telling you that ain't a good fight. I heard when they offered that fight to him, he said, "Yeah, like like no exaggeration, like a immediate, like no thinking, like probably didn't even get to finish their sentence." And he like, "Yeah, like he just heard the name and was like, yeah, yeah." So I do respect it because look, I mean, people didn't
He heard
want to
the
fight.
price tag. He heard the price tag. That's what I heard. He heard the
Right,
price tag.
right. People. I mean, people ain't want to fight him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And he was trying. He was light. He was getting his too, but he's an undersized heavyweight. And I think once he realized dude was that sturdy and could take that kind of punch, he should have elected to utilizing the skills that you know would have got him a victory. I think he could have boxed it. This dude is so rooted to the ground. He's like a damn tree in there, bro. I
Mhm.
know he could have outboxed this dude because he don't move well at all. Don't give me that shit. Jared Anderson is athletic enough to have boxed this dude. At least gave himself a better chance than just trying to stand there toe to toe, blow for blow. You couldn't do that. You were undersized and your punches wasn't having nearly the effect his was. Yo, he punched him in one of them sequences the way his head snapped back. Oh my God, man. If y'all
Mm.
go watch that, if y'all didn't catch that in live time, go watch how his head snapped and turned. I was like, man, and how in the hell is you getting up? So he
Mhm.
clearly got something in him. Yeah,
Yep.
that's an embarrassing loss. You got your ass handed to you. But man, you ain't had no quit. I respect it. I'm sorry. That young man wasn't trying to quit. He's like, hey, man, you just going to have to beat me down then. Hey, but he was outgunned, but he kept trying, bro. And he was mad, like, he was like very
Disappointed.
aware that he was making mistakes. Pulling straight back. That shit caught up to him. No, you can't do that against this dude, bro. Every punch was like a mule kick. I was like, damn, but Coley punching like this, bro.
Mhm.
Shit me, man. Man, he like George Foreman to me. A little bit. He remind me of him. Not the most athletic or, just he just a rooted to the ground. He like he's stuck in the ground, bro. So that's a guy that you gotta box. Box his slow ass. He's slow and powerful, man. Slow and powerful.
I didn't take Jared Anderson's comments as him not being in boxing, just realizing to himself that it doesn't define him. Because one of the things that we see a lot of times with these athletes is after they retire, they don't know what the hell to do because they spent their whole lives doing one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then some guys they're able to transition. Like we seen Andre Ward and a couple of these other guys, they transitioned into media, but then the other ones, they end up coming back to fight. And it's not just because they love it, but literally they just don't know what else to do with themselves. And that's how some guys end up sticking around way too damn long, man. And then there's been quite a few fighters in history that they weren't necessarily the most barbaric dudes. I went back and I watched Sugar Ray Robinson interviews. He talked about how he never liked boxing because it was barbaric. Muhammad Ali was the same way, where he talked about actually pulling punches and not stopping guys when he could have, showing grace and all this other stuff. So if you skilled, you skilled. I think the main thing with Jared Anderson is just moving forward. No pulling straight back, because we've seen that it caught up with him in the damn Charles Martin fight. If we being real, Charles Martin just ain't have the power to get him up out of there like that. But he was having some effect on him. And just adhere to the basics, man. I think sometimes Jared Anderson is just a little too athletic. Like you in there with your damn hands down and doing all this, trying to make these shifty little maneuvers. Just keep it basic, keep it simple, and allow your athleticism to supplement the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Just keep it basic. Just keep it basic and keep it simple, man.
Right.
But Tszyu, I'm curious to see how he bounced back, man. Because when you got a name like the Soul Taker,
right,
y'all already know how I feel about the what's the name, man. About those monikers in boxing or just in general. You know what I mean? Like there's these power in these names. These names are like mantles, and they almost serve as descriptions to some degree.
Yeah.
Of like what this person is about. And Tszyu, up until this point, the way he fights like a soul taker. It's like, I'm coming forward, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna be physical, I'm peeling your guard down, I'm just gonna just plot around and follow you around. It's fight like Jason, basically. And I mean, like, how the hell are you gonna be the soul taker if that cloak of invincibility gets lifted up or it gets stripped from you? So I'm curious to see how he's gonna bounce back. It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah, now it's a 2-fight skid. Them back-to-back losses hit a little different.
Which Charlo we talking about being great on December 14th, senior? Jamal? I think he can, man. Jamal Charlo's a talented dude. He is a talented dude, man. I still got nightmares about when he knocked my guy out, man. Because I love me some J-Rock. Oh, my Lord. J-Rock is my guy. I love J-Rock.
That was the only fight I was torn on picking the Charlo. That one.
Bro.
That one. Matter of fact, I think I picked J-Rock. I think I did for that fight.
I picked J-Rock. I picked J-Rock being biased. I knew that Jamal was a damn beast. Both of them dudes can fight their asses off.
I did too, but I thought I picked J-Rock on that.
But yo, and when the fight happened and it was playing out, I was like, okay, J-Rock getting busy. He was boxing when he was doing this thing, but I was so torn as a J-Rock fan, bro. I was heartbroken when he got caught with that counter, with that catch and shoot, the uppercut. But as a boxing fan, I was like, oh my God, what a lovely counter punch. I just
was you surprised by the size disparity? Was you surprised by the size disparity and how ineffective at times that J-Rock just appeared to be when it came to affecting Charlo? It just didn't. I didn't expect that. They look like two totally different men, like physically. I've never seen J-Rock look undersized like that in a fight to me. He really looks small. Maul looking like a monster. He looked like a damn monster, bro. Man. And up until that point, we haven't even seen J-Rock buzz, hurt, nothing. He was running through them dudes. He was running through dudes. Like I actually got to see him fight live too before. He was kind of running through shit. I didn't think I even seen him get close to being hurt. And Man, that shit changed with that picture perfect uppercut, man.
Oh my lord,
Man, oh man,
one of the best counter uppercuts I've seen in years.
goodness.
And I
That's
was
one of
like,
his career for sure.
bro, I really didn't know how to feel when it happened because, like I said, I was like, J Rock, no. But on the other hand, I was like, damn, if you're gonna get clipped, what a beautiful shot to get clipped by. That was a hell of a
He ain't
counter
catch you with
uppercut.
no
Oh
stupid
my
lucky shit. That
god,
was set
yeah.
up, man. He caught a shot before he did it too, didn't
That's
he?
what I'm saying. He
Didn't he
caught
catch
it.
a
He
shot and roll? And
caught it, then threw the uppercut. I said, "Oh my, that is
I think
damn."
him and Ronnie perfected that exact moment too. I think they perfected that. They perfected the KO shot, and it worked. Remember, he got late. I think he had got the LASIK surgery and everything. I was
Yeah,
like, that shit must have worked because his
lovely
accuracy
shot.
was A1, bro. A1. Man,
And
I
it
did
was so
not expect
surprising to me because of how good J Rock is on the inside too. J Rock got
that.
a nasty little inside game. I felt like that performance that he had against Jared Hurd, that was
Right.
one of the best performances on the inside. Now
Mm,
that I think about it, Breadman was in the corner of two fights where guys had a spectacular, just like inside performance.
yeah,
J Rock versus
yeah.
Jared Hurd, and this last one, Caleb Plant against McCumbee. Oh my,
Facts. Facts.
that
Facts.
inside work was lovely,
Facts.
lovely.
Nasty.
But I think
Nasty
Charlo
work
can be
over the
great
top.
on the 14th, man. I think he can. I think he can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
He's
the brother
going
Mike
up
Lamana
against
said, I hope his
Cornflake.
mental health is good, man. Thomas
Yeah.
Lamana, I think Thomas Lamana is a solid fighter, man.
Solid. Yeah. This little sturdy
Solid.
test for him to come back. Not too much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Get to answer some questions with Charlo, see where he at. I hope physically he's in great shape as well as mental. You know what I mean? I hope those two things are, in sync with one another. And if that's the case, yeah, I think he will be great. I mean, of course, that's always up for debate or argument, right? Because people want to say, well, who is Thomas Lamana? Most people don't know Cornflake, but I don't want to say most, but some people don't know him, right? And
Hmm.
they're gonna say you need a better opponent to prove anything, but I don't know. When you have those type of battles that they, has been on record for saying Charlo going through a number of different things, maybe some of it self-inflicted, some of it not. You just root for the dude to make the ring walk alone. Just step in between the ropes, step up and make that little walk up them couple steps before they step into the ring. Like that, that's just a win. Little things like that become a win in and of itself before you even get to throw a single punch. And
Yep.
I hate to be cliche, but that's really where he at right now. Like it's a win for him to just find himself back into the ring, getting his hand raised. Now maybe he could maybe resume this next chapter of his career, hopefully, and get some consistency with the fights now, and not just a fight here, a fight there. Like
Yep.
get back in the swing of things.
I agree. I agree. That's major right there. As far as Thomas Lamana is concerned, I'm hoping that he comes in and well, I see that he's been on a winning streak, but one of the best fights I seen from him was the one that he had with the guy that fought Tszyu, Brian Mendoza. That was a pretty
Mm,
damn good fight. If he can come in
mm,
that type of shape and be prepared like he was that night, I think that he'll
right.
give Charlo the requisite resistance that he needs, to, like you said, build on this. You know what I mean? Stack up the
Yeah,
small victories and, just get
yeah.
yourself back.
Knock out the noise, man. Like just some people that ain't gonna understand that what you going through. I'm just one of the people that feel like I am. He human just like the rest of us. You went through some things. Like I said, some of it may be just bad decision making, and some of it outside your control. Use this as a springboard to get back in the mix and feed off your brother energy. Y'all both supposed to be fighting that night and feed off his energy, man. Get back in the mix. I mean, Charlo brothers at the top of their game is great for boxing. Great for boxing because then that
Mhm.
means two more divisions is that much better. Whether that's 54 and if he coming back at 60 or wherever, that's two more. The 60 need life. 54 need a king to come back and reclaim some shit. Who better than Jamel and better than Maul to come back and step on something? So I'm rooting for them dudes. I want to see them get back.
Just doing it. Ask, what do y'all think about the Chris Colbert fight?
I think he been done.
God damn. Seeing
I just think 30 is should be his weight. 30 need to be his weight class. That was a catch weight of 137. I think both dudes came in weighing about 136. That those weights lead them all the way along. That's number one for me. But aside from that, he looked tentative. He looked tentative. He looked like he worried about what's coming back. Dude was a bit of a puncher too. Again, at that weight where he just don't belong. What I can understand, and again, maybe L Dub shed some light on this. Maybe it has something to do with the weather, the hurricanes, or something like that. Maybe he wasn't able to get the proper training or whatever, and they just had to take a fight at the catch weight or the weight of 137 or whatever. But if you heard the way he described fighting Ryo, a guy in whom he actually got a chance to outbox and got a decision over. You heard the way he would describe fighting him. The last place he need to be is anywhere near 35. And you telling me he fighting at 137, so now you're gonna tack on 2 additional pounds, put him in there with another dude that got some fairly good punching power. Like I'm just trying to understand the moves. This shit that's not making sense. It's like career sabotage, and I don't want to say that, but whoever his trainer is, I don't like what's going on over there. It just don't look right. Don't look like they on the same accord either. And man, that man don't need to be fighting nowhere outside of 130. I'm sorry. I just lead them 35 pounders, 37. That's a weird weight, but maybe it was a reason for it, but just not smart. That's for starters. He's just fighting at a weight class that's too much for him. He said it. He said Ryo threw a punch. I think he said he blocked it. He was like, oh yeah, this dude hit too hard. Like you get me like, yo, what? Said man, and mind you, he already had a whole what was it, a 10-round, 12-round fight, the first one. Wasn't no title, so what was it, a 10-rounder? He went a whole fight with this dude. And you was talking like that. He was like, nah, I'm going my ass back down to 30. Like, and then y'all take a fight at 37, which I just don't understand that because he shouldn't be there. He should not be there. He had some respectable punching power at 30. And he was a little mean in there. If people watched him, I don't think a lot of people watched a lot of Chris Colbert. Dude will piece you up. I'm telling you, Chris Colbert, not no trash ass fighter. What he look like now is just not the same as what he did before he lost.
I ain't saying he trash. I ain't saying he trash. I just think it's, you know what I mean?
He might be a little compromised now.
But there you go.
You know? Them losses hit different. Like, the only thing I can say is get back to the weight where you belong. Because, like I said, just go back to some of his past fights at 130. Yeah, he was beating them dudes up down there. Some of these dudes had good punching power, supposed to be knockout guys. He was taking fights to dudes, putting the high guard up, punching on shit. I was looking at this shit like, yo, Chris Colbert really could fight. But it's when you bite off more than you could chew. And I just don't think 35 is the weight class for him.
My guy, Chris Trucker, what it do?
And you said he was at a what's the name at a catch weight this fight. It kind of looked like in his body. Like he didn't look like he had much definition or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He looked borderline. He looked borderline dad bod in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't have no definition like at all.
Nothing. And he a little guy. I seen him in person. He's not big. Him, the cool boys of the world, like them just not big guys, man.
So if he go back down to 130, and got to fight like a Shushu, who you taking? Him or Shushu?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that right now.
Send him back down to 130. You put him at 130.
I mean, well, Shushu at what 26 though, ain't he?
But I don't know how long Shushu gonna be. I don't know how long. I don't know how long Shushu will be at 30. I mean at 26. I think he's gonna have to go up. You know, Shushu just moved up in the rankings the other day. He's number one in the WBA. I didn't even mean to do that, but he's number one in the WBA, and he's number one in. Damn, L Dub just mentioned it the other day too. I'm about to look it up. But yeah, Shushu, he's in line for a title, like right now as we speak.
Yeah, that'll be a tough fight for him. Like he needs some type of shake back fight. And again, I question not only the weight in which he fought at, but the guy that you chose. Somewhat of another puncher. Like I don't know. if that's just the recipe. You know what I mean? Like I think it clearly you seen some confidence issues, and I think some of that stuff started with Hector Garcia. You seen some things kind of shaking up where
Yep.
he had to answer some questions that he didn't once have to answer before the stretch of 3 fights or so, and then you go throw him back in there with another puncher at a weight where he just openly described was too much for him. Damn, that kind of make me mad a little bit when I think about it. Like, cause I just can't make sense of it. And like I said, Dub threw something out there. Maybe it was a lack of training that he was able to do because of the weather, the hurricanes and shit like that. And maybe you just had to take a fight at a certain weight because that's very odd. 37, that's odd. And then they both come in. I think they both made 136 or something. Like what? Like if you're not in shape, just say that. Like what the hell are you talking about 137? What is that? That's pretty much 140, bro. That's 140.
All the way.
That is 140. He don't belong at 35. You think he belong at 140 coming off a bad fight and where he got slept? Put him in there with a puncher. I don't understand the way these dudes be thinking. I'd be lost, man. Like, what the hell? Put your dude in situations to win, man. He got slept in his last fight. Clearly wasn't listening. You get what I'm saying? I just don't know if that was the move. The weight that was too much. Another puncher off getting slept. I had a disconnect. You noticed some issues that started springing up ever since the Hector Garcia fight. You've been looking a little tentative and different. So I don't know. I don't think he had the kind of fight that would allow him to build that confidence that he needed back. Confidence is everything in boxing. That's why I see why these dudes walk around talking like they could beat guys up. I get it. You gotta damn near be a little crazy to want to get punched in the face for a living anyway. Oh man, that shit tough, man. I think they 30 or nothing, man. 30, anything from above 30 is over. It's a bust. I can't see him winning up there.
I agree. Just especially, see, I didn't even know that bit of information with him being at the catch weight. But now when I think about the way he looked, the way he looked to me was kind of like how Javier Fortuna looked.
Facts.
Like going up to like when I see Fortuna against Ryan, I was like, damn, like he looked. I don't know.
Love handle or damn near like when you start looking around the waistline and you ain't Chris Colbert ain't no super chiseled ass like super but damn he ain't that either. He ain't got no
like
dad body, the inner tube body. He had the damn Mikey Garcia frame where it don't even look like you got muscles, bro. You just did cardio for the fight. Bro, ain't there no strength in this, man? Ain't no strength about you in that fight. It just looked it off. I swear, dude. It looked like an exhibition fight. Looked like the kind of shape you'll be in for an exhibition. I swear it did. It just look funny, man.
Between him and Shushu right now, I would say Shushu. You know, Shushu got the momentum for sure. He's the more confident fighter, clearly. But I found it. The WBC. He's ranked number 1 in the WBA, Shushu that is, ranked number 1 in the WBA and ranked number 1 in the WBC. And then he's also currently number 2 in the WBO. And he's 6th in the IBF.
Shushu making moves.
Yeah. My God.
So he number 1 in 3 sanctioning bodies?
2.
Is it 3 of them? You know, 2. Yeah, he doing his thing.
He's in the top 10 in all of them.
See what kind of time they gave him a hard time about his last fight. I'm like, man, boxing fans are fickle, man. Goodness, yo. You can't have a good test. Can't nobody test you. You got to walk through everybody or you ain't good. Like, come on, man. Some people just ain't coming to get their ass beat. They coming to do some ass beating too. That's he had a sturdy guy.
Yep.
Right.
You can't please these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Like I enjoy boxing too much to complain when I see somebody get tested. Like, what are we talking about? It's boxing, dude. He was trying to fight. Did y'all watch the guy he was fighting? Like, come on, man. Shushu's still in the developmental stage. It's okay to have a close fight here or there. It's okay. It's okay to get tested. Now he know where he need to improve, right? Like Ant said, that shit ain't no death sentence, man. I expect to see him better in his next out, and I'll tell you that.
We don't know what the hell we want, Senior. As fans, we don't be knowing what the hell we want. And this is why I mentioned this a little while ago, Just. Is like we got to ask ourselves in these situations where the guy who's more well known, you know, he doesn't do everything that we expect him to do. Is it a result of the other guy being better than expected, or is it because, see, I told you this guy wasn't that? And it seems like a lot of times that's where fans are. They just so quick. They just can't wait for the opportunity to say, I told you he wasn't that. As
I think
opposed
it's
to giving the other guy props.
It's underestimating the opposition, and then it makes it easier to, you know, criticize the guy you're looking to critique. I mean, downplay the opposition and then be overly critical to the guy that you expected to win. That's typically how they do it. So when Shushu go out there, you have a competitive fight. Oh, he lost that fight. He lost that fight. Man, can't have a tough fight. You can't get tested in today's boxing without being exposed. You immediately get exposed. See, I told you. The top ranked matchmaker. See, I told you. It's like on one end they say top rank got great matchmaking, then you see a tough fight now is also the matchmaker. Like, bro, which one is it, man?
They can't make their mind up.
Nah, man. Shushu is a very talented young fighter, man. You seeing him go through the developmental stage. He's gonna make some mistakes, bro. He's gonna make some mistakes. He's gonna have some bumps. It's not all gonna be smooth. You don't have to, you know, completely whitewash everybody on your way to victory for you to be some. It's good to be a little tested because, again, like I said, he sound like he's a student of the game. You ever hear that man talk? So I know he gonna go study some shit. Oh, I know he gonna go back in the lab. Nobody can convince me that's not exactly what he about to go do, and you gotta appreciate him for that. So for me, before I, you know, rush to any premature judgment, I'm gonna at least see the next fight to see if, what was the issue in that fight. Do it still remain? Like, is this now becoming a pattern? Is the division catching up to him, and will he bring it? Or is that just a fight where he got tested, made some mistakes, and that was the result? A close ass fight. Do better next time. And I think he will. I really do.
I was in attendance for his fight against the dude, Bernard Torres, and that was one of the things I noticed about him. I think it was like an open stance matchup. I'm telling the guy next to me, I'm like, Shushu gotta get his foot on the outside and try to keep this guy, you know, corralled, keep him in place. He gotta control this guy by, you know, with his positioning. His corner says, yo, Shu, you gotta place your foot on the outside, establish the lead foot dominance, yada yada yada. When he goes this way, you gotta cut him off. Shushu followed the instruction, end up knocking the dude out in the 4th round. But the first 3 rounds, it was, you know, this guy was able to evade him. He was exiting out the back door, pivoting out. He made the adjustment after his team pointed out to him. I said, okay, this is a guy that's listening to his coach. And I think as long as he's willing to do that, you know, the sky's the limit for him, because you can see he got everything else. Like, he got pretty good vision. He got good hand speed. I really like his technique on his punches, man. He's sharp with his punches, like with his placement and everything. As long as he's listening to his coaches and they giving him the proper instruction, I think Shushu's gonna be on point, man.
Me too. Got a good family too. Good family, good team.
I appreciate y'all coming on and rocking with me tonight. We in for 1 hour and 25 right now. Closing arguments.
Let's keep building, y'all. Shout out to my guys. Shout out to the Rize family and everybody in the chat. I know the motto. Let's keep building.
Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Another dope show, man.
Appreciate you, Senior. Appreciate you. Same as always. Small things, all things. What's easy to do is also easy not to do.
You know it. Shout out to Aunt McQueen for coming through. Just do what you got.
Love over hate.
You already know, man.
Oh, you been summoned, Just do. It's time for you to come to bed, the wife say.
Shout out to the chat, fam. Much love. It's always good to build with y'all, man. Chop it up with my guy, Senior, man. Family over here, man. Much love to y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
when you're going after your dreams and you're trying to be successful in life, you're going to miss out on a lot of things, man. You're going to miss out time with your kids, your loved ones, the people that's close to you. But you got to make them sacrifices in order to get where you want to get at in life. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you're going to have to do. There's a lot of things you're going to have to let go. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to supersede you getting to a better place so you can look out for them people that you're going to miss some beautiful moments with. You got to get there, and by any means necessary, you got to go out there every day and go hustle and go grind and stay. You got to stay up on it. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a lot of times you're going to have doubt in yourself. You're going to ask yourself, if I'm doing the right thing, you're going to know you're doing the right thing because you're going to keep going at it so you can get in a better place for you and for the people you love.
Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cause all this life we ain't over this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah, yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now, we got money, I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.